Hey there, Safecrackers. Get your combinations ready because it's time for the Comic Vault! A vault full of comics that includes The Phantom number 10, sent to us by one of our faithful viewers. Thank you, good sir. We enjoy them, or at least I enjoy them because I'm the one that's been reading them. Anyway, The Phantom number 10, the next in the Mark Verheiden 13-issue series. I really enjoyed this one as well. This one is pretty much a straight morality tale. There's bad people doing bad things, and then there's good people who defeat the bad people. That's really what it is. It's don't enslave people. So don't enslave people, do tell. So the main plot behind this is that there are a group of villagers in this particular region of Africa who are having this, I think it's a genetics type of illness that's just striking the people in their village, and a lot of these people are going blind and they can't stop it and they're not sure why. But a lot of the villagers tend to think that it is punishment by the gods. There's one villager who does not. He doesn't think it... Well, he thinks that the blindness might be punishment by the gods, but the people who come in and enslave the ill people in the town, he doesn't believe that's punishment. He just believes that's evil men doing evil acts. And fair enough. So, essentially where the Phantom comes in, we have established at this point that the Phantom is going to be married to Diane. Yay! And the Phantom is pulling certain people close to him, and one of the people that he pulls close to him is this doctor that worked with his father during the birth of him. So the Phantom right now has literally known this doctor all of his life. So this doctor, I don't even think he's on the cover. He's literally known the doctor within the pages all of his life. So he and this doctor have heard some terrible things have been going on at this village, and then they go check out this village. So the doctor and the Phantom arrive, and they find out that the village doctor is selling these ill people into slavery, essentially just to protect his own life. He gives a good reason. He says, listen, if I didn't do what they said, they would have killed me and taken these people anyway, so what am I supposed to do? They gave me whiskey, I gave them the names of the people that they probably wouldn't miss. So it's sort of a moral complication. It's difficult to choose your own life versus their lives. They're going to be enslaved anyway. I would have been killed if I didn't say yes. So it's not exactly a win-win because it carries a lot of guilt. Now this village doctor, he stays drunk all the time. The reason he gets like money and whiskey and blah blah blah, and unfortunately for this guy, he has trouble handling it. Now the situation comes up, the question arises as to whether or not he is a good person, as to whether or not he's just a victim of circumstance, which I think you could argue that he is. But soon he reveals that he's a coward as well. The Phantom gives him the means, being the Phantom, being capable of taking down this slavery ring who they've enslaved all these blind people to work the fields for him, which, by the way, if you own a sweatshop or have varying slaves. Now I know so many people of you out there watching this video do. I know that you own sweatshops and stuff. So if you have slaves, would you want them to be blind? That's all I'm saying. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I found it interesting for the story. I don't necessarily think that it's practical or that it makes any sense at all, but I like it anyway. I guess maybe they just go into the fields and they feel for the good ones with their hands. That makes sense to me. But there's long lines of these people holding on to each other, working the field so that they know where they're going. So they find this doctor and they find out that the doctor's been having this problem. So they take the doctor on this mission to try to end this slavery ring. Now at some point the village doctor freaks out and decides that he can't deal with this, that he's going to be killed if he thinks he stands a better chance if he goes to the people who own the slavery ring and say, please protect me, the Phantom's on the way. Well, logic would say you're probably sealing your death warrant if you've just taken the Phantom to the slavers, but yeah, so he proves that he's cowardice. I think that what this story is really trying to say is that if you have the inclination, we'll call it, to sell somebody else out and reap any benefit from it at all, then maybe that in itself is a cowardice or is a cowardly act. Now, one of the characters I mentioned earlier says that he does not believe that the slavery is punishment from God. So he jumps out of his moment. I think that at some point the lights go out and they sort of have that Theseus-like ending to one of the criminals' lives, or one of the criminals gets defeated in the dark so that he knows what it's like to be blind. I love that about this series, and it's sort of an ongoing theme that the Phantom manages to find ways to punish the criminals in a way that is similar to the way that they've been causing strife to somebody else's life. This is in here, although it's not particularly a major part of it. It's pretty mild, and it's not exactly as scary as a later issue. But anyway, thank you for watching The Comic Vault! That's the Phantom number 10. I'm Vince, this is The Comic Vault, and if you guys would like to donate anything to The Comic Vault, whether you want us to review it or whatever, you can send it to Geekvolution, P.O. Box 14183, Lenexa, Kansas 66285. So thanks for watching The Comic Vault, guys. We'll catch you later.